A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
He finds Beckham complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
That's good.
That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Mayfield down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns can grab the lead if they hit the extra point.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon, and he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Airing one out for Boyd. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And this one will be brought back to the 22. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
5-yard line.
Mayfield. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Mayfield. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked there by Nick Nelson. There he goes left side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
These may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. To return it, Darius Phillips. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Fumble on the play.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. High throw, but the catch is made. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
At the 2-yard line.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
180. Check 55. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go again.
Oh, how about this call down near this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a loss of 1.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big, or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him, because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Phillips. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Phillips on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away.
Formation.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Now a give, right side. Jefferson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
34-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.